This is part one. Vylit is a spanking brand new platform that sort of behaves like a regular platform that you scroll, like a TikTok or an Instagram Reels. But on Vylit, you are allowed a tiny bit of adult content. And by that, I just mean you are able to free this part of the body. Whereas on Instagram, you can't do that, obviously. Vylit has paid tiers so people can actually become members. When they subscribe, they can be premium or they can choose to be a VIP member. And then they can also pay per view. Vylit just released this brand new feature where pay-per-view is now in its own kind of like room. So now it's in its own little spot where people can just come onto your profile and they can click the PPV. And literally there's like, you can put content in there, like in its own spot, which is really, really cool. That said, you also have a free tier. People can go to your Vylit profile, type in your username and scroll through your free content as well. And then whatever's behind a paywall, obviously they have to pay for that. But yeah, what else? Don't look at my armpits. We don't know what's going on with them right now. I'm just doing like yoga in the park today because I can't afford a gym membership. So here's what I love about Vylit. It's new. It was only released in April of 2026. Like, this is a brand new website. I'm one of the first people. I'm like one of the early adopters. What I love about Vylit is that it gives you a little bit of freedom to be an adult. You know, if you want to show this part of your body, if you want to wear a bikini, if you want to do your boudoir photos, whatever the hell you call it. Yeah, you can do that stuff. I think people think Vylit and then they associate it with OF. So then it draws in people who are used to doing SW, but now they can't do SW other than just showing this part, which isn't really, that ain't really SW in my opinion. And then they're like, okay, so then what do I do? Right? Because they're thinking like, oh, I want to make quick money. Like OF didn't work for me. So what kind of content are you going to make on Vylit, right? Well, that's up to you. The creative freedom is in your hands. You can do spicier content if you want to, but it's not mandatory. It's not OF. Like, you ain't got to get on there and try to do SW. You're not allowed to. You're literally not allowed to do SW on there. I love that I don't have to worry about that because I'm not a S worker. I'm not trying to live that life. Like, that's not my brand. That's just not something I'm interested in doing personally. But I might do like a spicy photo here and there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I might want to artistically explore like how I can use my body as art in photography, you know, in music videos or whatever, because I'm a music artist. That's my type of work, is that I do music. And sometimes, yeah, like we want to be like sexy. Maybe that fits with whatever theme of whatever project we're working on as artists, as creatives, whatever the case. So yeah, maybe I'll take a little suggestive photo, or I'll do something. I don't know. Like, I'll show a little, whatever that song is in burlesque. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Like, I want to be burlesque. I want to be jazzy and sensual. Maybe I want to do something like a little bit risque, you know? And I don't have anything against that. For me, like, morally, that doesn't hurt. That don't hurt me, you know? That's fun for me. That's more artistic. But okay, then there's this other thing. There's this other side of me. But sometimes I literally be doing like AI photo shoots and stuff. And I know AI is bad. I know that. I have a love-hate relationship with AI. That said, sometimes I like to experiment with AI because AI can be doing stuff that I'm too scared to do. And then when I see that AI can do it and I can see my face doing something like that, I'm like, okay, maybe I can do it. Like, I use it as like an exercise to help myself kind of get out of my shell, get out of my comfort zone a little bit. Wear something I wouldn't normally wear. Do my hair in a way that I, you know, never did it before. It's kind of idealistic, to be honest, with the AI stuff, but I like to experiment with different styles, different looks and things like that, and different poses as well, because I'm not a model. Like, I don't know how to pose, but a lot of AI is very like curated It's kind of like playing with Barbies. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It's like I turn myself into a Barbie. So yes, I do the AI hybrid thing. So some of my content is mixed, right? If you know me in person, you can kind of tell that it's a little bit AI. And then I let you know when something is real because I like to give props to the photographer. So when I have a real photo shoot, like, I'm going to be giving props to the photographer. But if it's just AI, I'm just going to be like, look at this cute thing I did, you guys. So yeah, admittedly, I do use AI for photos, and you know, I'm guilty. I'm guilty as charged. And I can make another video about how I use AI, and I can show you guys examples of how to make AI look semi-realistic or make it look appealing for free, for absolute free. I have tricks up my sleeve. I told you I like to experiment. And then on Vylit, they have an AI clone, or twin they call it, where you can pay them a certain amount of money every month to have access to the AI clone on the website. So they have AI built in. And Vylit also has an AI chatbot that you can train. And yeah, what makes it so cool for me, why I feel so connected to Vylit right now, first of all, I admire that they are filling in a gap. I love that they're filling in a gap in the market that doesn't exist. And I love that they are setting hard boundaries for people so that we can actually focus on being creative. So we can focus on other things. You know, we don't have to worry about the male gaze as much. We get to shape how we want to show up on the platform. The other reason I feel connected to Vylit is because I took some quizzes online and they came back with the result that I have a violet aura. And so I kind of got obsessed with that. And then I discovered the Vylit platform a little bit after I discovered I have a violet aura, which ended up becoming the influence on this channel. Because I'm like, I really want to talk about Vylit. I want to talk about Vylit, but I also want to talk about auras. So I just put that together, and then I just decided to make this channel. But yeah, I feel like a weird connection with Vylit, the platform, just because of like all the things leading up to it, and then just having this weird desire to like talk about the platform. But yeah, so I have this like weird connection with Vylit, and I'm hoping that the platform does well. And if not, that's fine. I'll just change the name of my YouTube channel or something. But yeah, or I'll just keep it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let me know. Are you interested in signing up for Vylit? If you want to know if I've made money yet, no. And I have a feeling a lot of people have not made any money on Vylit yet, just because here's one problem that I think is a disconnect that people are having. People see Vylit and they think it's a SW site like OF, because the site does have ties to OF because one of the CEOs has ties to the OF platform. I think people think Vylit and then they associate it with OF. So then it draws in people who are used to doing SW, but now they can't do SW other than just showing this part, which like if it's with your shirt off, like, okay, that's, I can kind of see why somebody would want to buy that or look at that. But what if you don't want to take your shirt off? Then what? Who's going to buy it? What is the client base is my question, right? And so I'm trying to be like, you know what? F asking what it is, I'm finna create it. Obviously, Vylit does not know who their target audience is. It's up to the creators. We have to make the content, draw in the audiences. We as the creators have to shape the platform, and that's the beauty of it. We have to make sure that our content is popping. We have to make content and then invite people onto the platform to buy the content, and it has to be 18 plus people. We can do photo shoots, we can do helpful content, we can do like informative, just, you know, use your know-how, use your knowledge, your noggin. Like, we can actually use our brains on this website. We can teach people things, like nuanced things, and they can literally pay for that. What Vylit wants is for people to pay to have access to you. But I think people don't really care to have access to you until you have like a level of celebrity elsewhere. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Like, I don't think you're gonna get popular that much on the site itself unless you post like a crazy freaking maniac and you become like a top poster and you literally boom, 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 people are gonna get sick of looking at you. You gotta get up on there and like post like a crazy freaking maniac and go hard with whatever your content is, to the point that people see your presence so much that you start to become recognizable. And I think that's maybe a cheat code. Like I'm gonna try this and see if through quantity and quality as well, I'm gonna test out if I can get a really good quantity going and then get recognizable on there. And then I also wanna test out building platforms outside of Vylit so that I can invite people into the Vylit platform. And there's also an affiliate program. So that's another thing to consider. If you can lead the way, be one of the top content creators on there, have the most people coming up in there from your affiliate links, and then you show people how to freaking do it. You show them what type of content gets a lot of likes. If you figure out how to get people to pay for your pay-per-view content, if you can crack the code on how to get people to not only come to Vylit, but also buy your stuff on Vylit, then you can make money through your affiliate program. Because if the people that you're inviting on the site are also making money, then you are gonna get a cut of that as well. So it's kind of a long game. This is not a get rich quick. This type of platform, I feel like, is a challenge, and only the strong will survive. The creative ones will survive. People who are very strategic but also don't overthink, I think those are the people that are going to do well on Vylit. I think people who share about Vylit will do well on Vylit, which is why I'm doing it. I haven't seen anybody sharing much about this on YouTube, and so I think it's a slept on platform, and I find that as an advantage, because if you're an early adopter, then not only do you get to shape the platform, but you also get to become like a pioneer of the platform, not of like creating it itself, but like creating the culture of it, like a pioneer of the Vylit culture, I guess you could say. And if I'm out here talking about this, people are going to come to me before they ever sign up. So like I can be a resource. I want other people to succeed as well. Like that's why I'm not gatekeeping. But yeah, I think it's really important that you understand going into Vylit that you're not necessarily going to be able to become popular on the site itself unless you're able to bring in a lot of people from an outside source.